Electric Cafe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Electric Cafe. In this video I wanted to share with you the new reissue that's coming out. It's on pre-order right now, and it's by an artist named Akufen, and it's called Arcitextures 123. And originally this came out in 2000 on very limited quantities, and I first heard it on a 2001 EP on a compilation, which I'll show you in just a second. But for those that don't know, Akufen was a gentleman by the name of Mark Leclerc, and he was out of Montreal. And he was kind of the face of a new style that was sort of evolving out of minimal techno in the late 90s, and a lot of people called it micro house. Some people called it glitch house. I just thought it was sort of a creative or a new way to sort of sample disco in different tracks and sort of into a house or into a minimal tech kind of beat. And I really gravitated to the ones that were more linked towards, that would sort of blend into dub techno. Akufen was sort of the face of the genre, maybe along with like Matthew Herbert. And I first heard of this track back in 2001, a year after it was released. It was on a compilation called Groove Technologies 1.3. And this was a double CD, and it was put together by Swayzak. And at the time, in the late 90s, early 2000s, Swayzak was one of my favorite tech house producers. If you know his album, Snowboarding in Argentina was fantastic. There's a lot of sometimes one of these days I'll have to go through my Swayzak record collection. It's pretty extensive. A lot of his Volt records and Revolt, and it was quite. I'm blanking on some of the, of course, the Swayzak record label as well. But this was a really great compilation at the time. In fact, it also turned me on to the Convection track, which is one of my favorite dub techno tracks of all time, called Crawling and Hungry. If you're curious or you know that track, you'll see my review on Crawling and Hungry on the Convection page on Discogs. And it's one of my favorite dub techno tracks of all time, but I first heard it on this EP, on this compilation. Also, Bitstream's Monolith is on here. So those are really two coveted electronic tracks. Probably, I don't know, if I was to guess, maybe the most iconic tracks from those 2 years, Monolith by Bitstream and also Crawling and Hungry by Convection. As far as like the underground techno sound, like those two tracks were huge in that year. I think it was like 2000, 2001. And this is such a fantastic compilation. I ended up, getting a copy on record too, because again, this was as far as the record, this was a 2-disc set, but it didn't have all the tracks of the 2-disc CD, but it was a very inexpensive way to get a copy of Bitstream and their track Monolith, and also Crawling and Hungry by Convection. If you got those by themselves, and Monolith by Bitstream has still not been reissued, and that record goes for easily $100 to $200, and Convections is pretty close to that. And so this is, for a while there, this was a great way to get those tracks on a compilation, plus some other really good tracks, including this Akufen, one of the tracks, Akufen Architecture, on this. And now in recent years it's kind of got more expensive, but at the time that was the way that I found Akufen, this track, and that's getting reissued. And funny enough, I bought another copy of this sometime, got it for $1.99. 2-disc set, great compilation for $1.99. How can I not pick up a second copy when I used to play this so much? And so at the time, I was also following a minimal sort of dub techno tech house label called Trapeze, which was a German label, and Akufen's record series of psychometry, right? Psychometry? Hope I'm pronouncing that right. His series came out on Trapeze Records, and I couldn't for the life of me find Volume 1. This is Volume 2. This is Volume 3. This is also the remixes, 1, 2, 3. The remixes by the amazing Thomas Brinkman, great German producer who I'll have to highlight sometime in the future. I may have reissued, or I may have reviewed one of his albums in the past, but I definitely need to highlight some of his music, especially in the 90s and early 2000s. He did some fantastic minimal techno. And his remixes on here are really strong. Also, Oliver Hack's remixes of of the series. Of there was three parts of it, and I kept following Akufen through 2001, 2002, and 2003. His Perlon was perhaps one of the most. I don't know if I would fully call them micro house. They're a little bit more in the minimal techno to me, but there was definitely a lot of glitch stuff. And considering Akufen was on there around that time, there is some tracks or there's some EPs in there that's not going to the micro house. But I thought they were sort of more minimal techno, and it could be because I was following Perlon a little bit before this. I was blanking on his name. Of course, Ricardo Villalobos. He's what got me into Perlon Records. A few EPs before this, and I also again Benjamin Wild and a few others as well. Dandy Jack was another one that was really good on Perlin. So I was already following Perlin. So obviously this was the easy buy since I was into Akufen and I was into early Perlon. Funny enough, 2003, Deck the House was on another label that I was following, Force Inc. If you guys know Force Track Records, this was a later Force Inc. Once they changed their logo for their EPs into this around 2001, 2002. But this was, and then My Way actually came out, which was the first on only Akufen record. And here's a vinyl copy. Funny enough, the insert to this record has been on my wall upside down here. This has been on my wall in my kitchen over the past 25 years since I've got this. I always loved this insert, and it says Akufen up here in My Way. Again, this is the record insert for My Way. But I always loved this particular artwork. I always thought it would go great in the kitchen, so I've had this framed in my kitchens for, again, the last 25 years. If you're old school, you know, the old metal, silver record holders. This was back in the day. You can see a little bit of water damage, but you know, it's still holding it in there. And it's just a cardboard insert, nothing big in there. But I always loved that artwork, and I always thought it fit perfect in my kitchen. So it's always been on my kitchen wall over the last few places I've lived. But then in 2003, his most popular track, maybe his most popular track because his popularity was growing so much through the architecture and then also the psychometry series. It kind of culminated with Deck the House, and so this got a lot of play, and also there was another EP after this had remixes of Deck the House. But this, in my opinion, this record went a little too far, and it really kind of killed my desire to buy any more Akufen records. I did have one of his records on Akufen, which was a sort of a Scrabble mix of his letters in his name and of Akufen, and it was called Drive In, Drive Out. I had that record as well. I think I still have it. I may have sold it, but yeah, the peak and the arc of that style of music was kind of synonymous or totally related to Akufen. It was like 2000 to 2000, maybe 2001 to 2003, 2004, and all of a sudden, minimal techno kind of dropped off the face of the earth around 2004, 2005. In some respect, it did kind of go on in 2007, 2009. But as far as like the glitchy minimal techno or minimal house, it was like 2001 to 2003. And again, that was sort of evolving from the late 90s minimal techno sound, but it was such a short period. And it was again led by Akufen. But when I heard about this reissue, it kind of piqued my interest because it's always been on my want list, and I've never been hugely into like buying a copy because it's been a really expensive record. But when I saw the reissue a couple days ago, I went on to Bandcamp and purchased a copy. So it's coming in the mail, but I'll get a chance to play the record or the tracks for you here today on this album because it came with a free download with the purchase of the record. So you'll get a chance to hear all three tracks. You'll get a chance to see my scores above them. But this is probably, I would say, along with My Way, there's a track on here called Skidoos, if you know. It's a brilliant track. It's probably the most beautiful or perfect minimal sort of glitch or micro house track. One of the best tracks I've ever heard in the genre. It's on My Way. But besides that, Architecture is certainly up there with probably the best Akufen EP. There's some good tracks on the Psychometry series, but not as good as the Architect series, and you'll hear the tracks here as well, part 1, part 2, and part 3. I'd love to know your opinion. Have you ever heard of this artist? He was pretty popular there for a while. And if you guys have been into minimal techno for a while, or even glitch ambient, like, he was sort of synonymous with the Montreal sound, and it was highlighted by an EP called Montreal Smoked Meat, which was also on Force Inc. Records. I have a CD copy. It was a compilation of artists in the style, and also another one was Clicks and Cuts, which was on 12K Records, which I have a couple of copies of. There was like a 4-part series, Clicks and Cuts, part 1, 2, 3, and 4, which had a lot of glitch ambient and a lot of maybe kind of going into a little bit of micro house sound. But it was such a that period, the more ambient style, that one lasted a little bit longer, maybe from like 97, maybe it still kept on going through the early 2000s, maybe even to like 2010, 2012. There's still a glitch ambient style kind of going along in that, and alongside of the micro house, even though that was shorter lived. But they were kind of both synonymous with each other, because there was a festival or a concert that was called Mutech, and Mutech started, I think, in like 2000, and they were a festival that had a lot of these producers, everybody from Monolake to I'm sure Akufen was there. A lot of different producers would go there, and it was a festival, and I think it ran for almost 20 or 25 years. I'm not sure if they still do it. I've recall maybe 2 years ago they had another festival, another Mutech festival. Maybe it was last year. I'm not sure if they're still doing it. I've never been, or I've never really kind of looked in it, but that festival was sort of tied to this sound and the style, and it's probably pushed a lot in Montreal because of Mark LeClaire. Akufen was from there. But yeah, kind of short-lived style of music, style of house and ambient, but I still recall some really good tracks from those days, and this is one of my favorite of those times. And it's nice to actually hear that a reissue is coming out, so I can buy a copy and kind of relive that. And I'll definitely go back through these records. It's been a while since I played some of these Akufen records, but kind of hearing that this reissue came out kind of repeats my interest into his old music, and kind of dig out some of his old records that I have. Like My Way, been playing that a lot last night. In fact, kind of preparing for this video. But yeah, let's check out Architectures 1 through 3 on I can't remember the reissue label. I'll put a link down below if you'd like to buy a copy.